everybody, welcome back to G Views. I'm a 21-year-old cisgendered white girl who loves talking about movies and TV. I'm sorry I am in the terrible quality again, but I'm doing a GV on Twilight with my friend Farida. Hello everybody, welcome back to G Views. Again, this is a different setup than usual. I am here to collab with my good friend Farida, and we are talking about one of the most influential movies of our generation, Twilight.
I'm so ready.
Yeah, so Twilight was directed by Catherine Sedgwick, and it was released in 2008. And for us, the Twilight saga was like one of the most influential movie franchises ever. I remember going to the cinema, like every single film, watching it, getting so excited about what was going to happen. And I haven't actually read the books, but Fee loves the books, so it'll be really good to
I love the books.
It'll be really good to get an interesting, like, perspective on what the books are like in comparison to what the movies are like. Twilight 2008, it was, for me, it was like the first like young adult movies that I was like fully invested. I think it was like our perfect time, our age bracket, to start and finish the Twilight saga, because for me Twilight was always like, you know, other people had Harry Potter, I had Twilight. Twilight was like my...
See, I had both. They were both
Really?
so good. Yeah.
Do you know people always shat on Twilight? Like, there were so many memes.
For no reason.
I'm like, have they even watched the movies? I don't think so.
Probably not.
So, Twilight, opening shot is
the deer drinking at the lake or whatever, getting hunted.
Yeah, it's like, who's hunting it? It's like the camera like zooming in like really, really fast.
It's
like,
frantic.
It's very frantic. The audience are like, what's going on? Is it an animal? And then we suddenly see zoom, a really quick person running. What was that like in the book? Is that like legit the opening scene is in the book is a deer?
I can't. It's more like she is definitely Maya. I'm saying it like I know her. It's like Bella saying her poem about like life and death.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't start with a deer.
Well, I can't really remember the deer. Like watching it, I was like, huh. But I don't know.
Yeah. Is it like, is the deer meant to symbolize like Bella or what?
I presume so, because at this point we don't know anything about vampires or anything. Like we don't even know who Edward is.
But so we get Kristen Stewart as Bella Swan, and what I will say, I think she's a great Bella Swan.
She's a fantastic Bella Swan, because at first I was like, she's so cringy, she can't act. But then I like reread. I'm still rereading the books, to be fair.
Right.
She's like perfect. Like Bella's such a cringy, quiet, weird, awkward character anyway.
Yeah, because is it all like, it's all told from Bella's perspective, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, that's why the new book, I think it's out now. I don't know. From Edward's perspective, I need to read it.
I don't know about this new book. Like, who really wants like a retelling of the same thing?
I don't want Edward's point of view. I don't know. I feel like...
Yeah. Because it would just be like, oh my god, this girl stinks. So bad.
When she stood in front of that fan, he's like... I was like, that is so rude.
They legit have like 5 conversations, and then she's like, I am deeply in love with him.
Is I knew 3 things.
Yeah.
So dramatic.
She's like, Edward's a vampire. And I'm like, yeah, duh.
But she worked out really quickly.
I love how she works out on Google. It was
so old.
It's
It's like
So,
retro.
oh my god, I love how like the camera like zoomed into all these like different sides, and somehow it was like, and I love how it like zoomed in on all the words like pale face,
Yeah, bloodsucker,
bloodsucker,
cold skin.
cold skin, immortal. I guess like narration is like used to like tell the audience about like exposition about what's going on. But I feel like they could have showed us more about what
They should
was
have
going on.
explained. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and also like not treat the audience like we're super dumb. Like, I don't know, like she's like, oh my god, me and Edward keep having these conversations, and I'm like, yeah, we know,
We can see that.
Can you do your best like Kristen Stewart impression of
Ew,
Bella
I
in this
cannot do.
movie?
She's always like, Edward.
That was so bad. I meant more like facial.
Oh,
She always like,
it's always the lip biting.
and like her eyes always twitch like side to side.
They're always just going. Like, what are you? Stop.
Yeah. She's like, vampire.
You're so cold.
We're both Team Jacob. Obviously because that was like a huge thing. Team Edward, Team Jacob. Team Jacob in this movie is non-existent. He has a horrible wig. It's greasy and shiny, and it makes him look horrible.
He's only 16 in that film.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah. He's really
I had no idea.
young.
Yeah, Bella is 18, Kristen Stewart's 18, and I think Robert Pattinson was 21. So yeah, they're all very kind of similar age. But Jacob is barely in this movie.
It's not his time yet.
No. What I will say is Edward looks so fine in this movie.
He looks really good.
Peak, I think it's peak Edward. I mean, peak Robert Pattinson in my perspective.
As a 21-year-old.
Because
he really good.
He just looks so youthful and like cool, and like obviously he's also really cringy. Like his eye movements are it's like he just shat himself the whole time. Like Edward looks 17, like he looks young, but Emmett looks like 40, and like he's supposed to be a high school student.
They just say that he's like a senior, so then
but senior's 18. That's only 1 year older than Edward. So old. And I'm like, why do they all have to be in high school? Like, why can't they not work at all? You know, like.
Yeah, because only Carlisle works as a doctor.
Yeah, why can't they get a job?
I don't know.
One of the most iconic scenes to me, it's in my top 3.
Is it when they cook for Bella? Her name's Bella. She's Italian.
They cook like so much food just for one person.
And I was like, that's just too much.
And
Surely
Bella, and Edward's like, she's already eaten. And then like Rosalie breaks the bowl, and I was like, this is iconic.
This scene literally where Bella's about to get crushed by Tyler's truck, and Edward displays his speed and his strength. Iconic scene.
Oh my god, one of the most iconic scenes in movie history.
Absolutely.
If I was Bella, that would freak me out.
Yeah.
She had many questions, and Edward was not answering any of them.
He was being really rude again. He was really rude for like the first half of this film.
He was so mean to her. He was like, we shouldn't be friends. Like, I don't like you. And she kept going back. She was entranced by him. Yeah, so we get obviously the iconic truck scene. So Bella is listening to whatever music or reading her weird poems.
She's reading, yeah. Why are you reading standing up, leaning on like your truck?
She's so weird. Why does everyone wants to be her friend in this movie? Everyone wants to date her. And I'm like, she's so weird. Like, she's a terrible friend. I'm going to put out, she's a terrible friend.
Yeah.
The worst. She's just not interested in anyone else's business except her own.
She doesn't care.
Scene when Edward shows his gorgeous skin to Bella.
She's like, you look beautiful. I would have screamed. Like, in the middle of that scene, or like near the end of that like woodland scene, he's like, and the lamb fell in love, or the lamb fell in love with the lion, or something like that. The lion
fell in love with the lamb.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, so this has confirmed their love. At that point, I was like, okay, so they're together, cool.
Right,
but like, prior to that, I was like, they barely hung out, but like in the book, they hang out a lot, and they like emphasize like all the questions that they ask each other, and they're like constantly talking.
Yeah, I think that defo was missing from this film was like, obviously we got, I thought the connection between the two of them was really good. You could tell like they had chemistry, and I could see
out in real life.
Yeah, throughout all the movies. And then she cheated on him, and that was like the biggest scandal ever. Holy fuck! I like cried. I remember, because I was like, these two can't break up. So the scene, so she's in the woods, and she's like, I know what you are. And Edward's like, say it.
Say it. I was like, what?
Say it. So much angst. So much tension. She's going through everything. She's like, your skin is so pale. You're very cold. You know, yada, yada, yada. And then she's like, a vampire. And it's like, ah! Shocking. And she is not phased one bit when Edward is Edward's like, I'm the world's most deadliest predator.
You don't exist. Or if anything.
Edward's legit like, I've murdered loads of people, I drank all their blood, and Bella's like, I don't care.
I don't care.
I'm like, what's wrong with this girl? Like,
she's in love.
They had like 5 conversations, and most of it was about bloody onions when they go in the microscope.
Like anaphase. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what any of these words mean. The music in this movie is Bella.
They literally.
That was bad.
They legit play Bella's lullaby throughout the entire film before you realise it's actually like they still haven't mentioned that it's Bella's lullaby even at the end of Twilight.
No, do they say it like explicitly Bella's lullaby?
They say it, well, in the book, like the books are kind of merging into one, I'm not gonna lie now.
Right.
But it's like Edward wrote or composed that song for Bella.
Oh.
Yeah, and then like when he's playing it on the piano, and then she's like on the side, like literally, it's really cute.
It's so cute. That song is like so good. Like we both have it on our playlists.
Absolutely.
Oh, we have missed one of the most iconic lines in Twilight history when
what is it?
When Edward, so Bella's on Edward's back, and he's like, "You better hold on, spider monkey." And I'm like, who wrote this? I'm like, is that from the book?
I want to block that out. I don't know.
This is why I'm like, this movie, like the tone so changes. It's like, oh my god, 1 minute Bella's like almost attacked like from these random guys, like super serious. And
yeah, that's really rapey.
So rapey. And then cut to like, hold on, spider monkey, her name's Bella, she must be Italian. I'm like, the tones
Yeah.
They shift.
Well, that shifted massively. And that's like their first date.
Yeah.
And then it gets really like funny when he's like saying I can read everyone's minds. And he's like money, sex, cat.
I was like, yeah. I was like, that was actually funny.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, this movie's actually really funny. I'm not gonna lie.
It does like jump into what? I don't know.
It's so stupid, like at times though. Like so obviously one of the most iconic scenes is the baseball scene.
And that music was like I love it.
Good. I always wanted to be Alice, like
when she's like bowling, her legs like oh, so cool.
So cool. I was like, how does she even do that? She looks so effortless doing it.
Yeah.
And we obviously, I loved the like how they like all batted and then like Edward's running and Emmett's running and then they crash and it like really brings
and like the thunder's like
vibes. You know, like in like so we played cricket and like when people would call out mine and they would just crash into each other. It was great. Yeah, iconic scene. And then dramatically our three villains.
Yeah.
LaRon.
Yeah.
James and Victoria.
Yeah.
Come with the wind and the smoke. It's very extra. And beautiful. James is so weird. I always wondered, like, why James wanted to kill Bella. Like, why Bella?
Because of the way Edward reacted. And, like, the fact that he's a tracker, he's like, oh, I'm going to kill her now because that's really going to annoy this other guy.
It was so funny when, like, obviously Edward has, like, a really stupid face, like, in certain scenes. Like, really, like, his eyes are so, like, bulging out.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that, how they did that to his face. I was like, you don't look like Robert Pattinson right now.
I don't know. I like the contacts and like, oh, it looks so weird. And then like and then they do this stupid vampire thing where they're all going.
They were like,
so stupid.
Like, so you bought a snack. I don't know what he said. Something really cringy like that.
We have not mentioned Charlie.
I love Charlie.
Yeah.
He's a good looking guy.
Oh.
Yes, he's like a zaddy.
Okay, you can have Charlie, I can have Jacob. Yeah, and then in front of Edward, obviously Edward comes first because he's the fastest.
Yeah.
And then James bites Bella.
And she's like, oh!
And she goes cross-eyed. It's so funny.
She didn't really. I was like, that's really. Yeah, I was like, is this real?
Oh my god. I want to just like screenshot like Edward's face when he's like sucking the venom out. His like eyes are extra bulgy. Because
he loves her blood.
It's so funny, and then the music is so, oh my god.
And Carla's like, Edward, you have to stop. Find the will. Find the will. I was like, oh my god. Bella's gonna die.
Yeah, just ends right there. Well, why couldn't Carlisle do it?
I think Edward wanted to be the one. Because surely Carlisle would have the most control.
Yeah. And he's a doctor.
Exactly. What are you going to do?
I don't think I'd want to be immortal.
No.
Like, this quarantine has told me I don't want to be immortal. I don't want it. I feel like every day. I felt like Edward. Every day the same. And then cut to prom. Even though Bella was like, I don't like dancing. I don't dance. She was like, well, I don't dance. And Ed was like, I know you can. Can we just talk about Bella's prom outfit?
Why does she wear leggings? Why does she put leggings on?
I don't know. They were the most disgusting leggings I've ever seen in my life.
Why would she do that?
They were like taupe with lace at the bottom, and there were three.
They were horrid. Yeah, that length was a big problem.
Why is she wearing leggings? Is it because she like cut her leg on?
What was the reason?
What was the reason?
Exactly. Like,
I don't know. It was horrible. The fucking Converse. I was like, why do you have to wear Converse? And it was like trying to be all cool, like, yeah, Bella's going to prom with Converse on, with leggings.
with leggings. Oh my gosh, no.
Edward looked good.
Oh yeah, his suit. Good for him.
Would you have wanted to go to their prom?
Their prom?
Yeah,
I don't like
casino themed prom.
No.
Yeah.
It looked awful. I mean, that outside bit where Edward and Bella were dancing, that was really cute with the fairy lights. That was so romantic. I was like, that is beautiful.
Yeah, I loved the gazebo with all the lights. But like the actual inside of the prom looked so bad.
It's horrible.
It looks like, I know, like your uncle's 50th, with like the disco and it was horrible.
Horrible props and decorate. I didn't like it.
No, it was horrible.
No.
But obviously outside they dance under the gazebo, and she's like, you know what? I don't want to live anymore. I want to be a vampire.
And then he teases her. I was like, Edward, you're playing games.
Yeah, he gives
I
her
love that bit.
Big old sloppy kiss on the neck. And
oh my god, when Jacob came.
Oh, that was so random. He was like, yeah, my dad paid me to come speak to you.
Oh my god, because we did near the beginning.
Oh,
I need to go back.
Yeah.
When because Jacob and Bella were like friends when they were little.
Oh, yeah.
And then like they go to La Push, and then Bella's like, oh, Edward, you should come. And Edward's like, oh, it's too crowded. And I was like, that is shade. That is shade at the walls. But at this point, like, Jacob doesn't know, because Jacob hasn't turned.
No, Jacob hasn't turned.
Like, he just thinks it's all stories about their history with the cold ones.
Yeah.
And that's why...
Yeah. Because they make little digs, like, they make references to, like, the wolves, because, like, after Jacob leaves at the prom, Edward says a comment, he's like, the wolves come out or something. I don't know. Yeah,
it was something like that. And I was actually like, whoa. But like, obviously you don't know what that means yet.
We gave a very rough plot. I mean, like, people have watched Twilight. Like, people know what the plot is, I hope.
Yeah.
Okay, Sophie, I'm going to ask you what your kind of favourite moments were. I usually do top 3, but... Top
3?
Yeah.
Well, we have discussed like quite a few of the iconic scenes, which are great.
Yeah.
But there's like in the baseball scene when like I don't know, I think it's Jasper, you know, when he like flips the bat and it's all like look it up, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he hits the ball, then Emma like climbs the tree, and then Rosalie's line is like, "My monkey man," and
I think, another scene we haven't really talked about was the Edward and Bella first kiss. Because that was, like, very hot and steamy.
It was really steamy.
It was very steamy.
I was like, this is a 12, let's go up to a 15.
Oh my god, Fee. Are they...
crack myself up.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Then Ed was like, no, and like just has to like.
Oh my god, it's so
himself.
dramatic. He like whooshes back to the edge of the wall. And Bella,
control yourself. Come on.
Bella wanted the dude. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed this movie. Like, really,
it's a good beginning.
Very good. So what's your final thoughts and rating of Twilight?
I would say, I'll give it a 7.5 rating. I think it's just a good beginning to a very good set of films and books. Like, it's a good start.
Right, yeah. I think I'd give it a 7. It was better than I thought. I was like expecting to really like find this movie really cringy. But I actually really enjoyed it. I really believe their love story. I believe the chemistry. Like, the chemistry was really good.
It was really good.
I thought Kristen Stewart gets so much shit for this role, and I think she did the best with what she got. I think she's a really good Bella. The music is beautiful.
It's spot on.
I think it really, like, this movie transformed the game for like young adult movies. Like, I don't think like nowadays films are as successful as they were. Like, when Twilight came out, it was like such a big movie, and all the others got like so big and they made so much money. And I don't think like other movies like Divergent and like The Fifth Wave and even like The Maze Runner, they never got to like, you know, get the same success. But yeah, I'd give Twilight a 7. I definitely recommend watching it, like, or rewatching it. Like us, we've watched these movies many, many times. It's just, I really like these movies. Like, they just bring me back to like the nostalgia of being like young and not caring about anything, like no troubles. You know, just like having like, we would always talk about Twilight, we'd always talk about what's going to happen next. And it's really interesting to get your perspective as a book reader and to see like your
I recommend the books. You need to read the book.
See, I don't read. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that G-view on Twilight. I had a really fun time talking with B about it and reminiscing about our childhood and things like that. If you have any other movies or TV shows you want me to G-view, make sure to put it in the comment section below. Alongside, I will also put my Twitter, Instagram, and my last G-view in the description box below, so make sure to check it out.